Hey friends, welcome back. This is Altcoin Era and this is your boy Ahmed. Now today we're going to be talking about Mintlayer. This is Mintlayer part 4, Road to 1000x. Let's begin. Now let's talk about BTC, Bitcoin. Everything, literally everything bleeds against BTC. From the phone you're holding, to the watch you're wearing, to the fuel you put into your car. Everything bleeds against BTC. I'll explain. The chair you're sitting on, the phone you're watching on this YouTube, matter of fact, even YouTube, Google, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, all of them bleed against BTC. If you don't believe me, let me show you. This is BTC compared to oil. As you can see, let me just zoom out and I'll show you. And it keeps going. It keeps going. Everything bleeds against BTC. It keeps going, and it keeps going. Let me show you gold. This is silver compared to BTC. Same thing applies. Keeps going. And it doesn't stop. It just keeps bleeding against BTC. Everything is bleeding against BTC. Berkshire Hathaway, how much is it worth? $577,000 US. Let's compare it to BTC. Here you go. Story as old as time. It's still bleeding. Keeps bleeding. Does the same thing. Now, let's look at the S&P 500. Same thing applies. Keeps bleeding against BTC. Doesn't stop. Keeps bleeding. That also implies with the money you're holding, the money you're transacting with on a day-to-day basis, it's bleeding against BTC. Let's look at Amazon. Everyone uses it on a day-to-day basis. Compare it to BTC. It's bleeding. Now I can go on forever. I can keep going. You name it. Tell me, what is it? Electricity bleeds against it. Fuel bleeds against it. The phone you're on bleeds against it. The clothes you're wearing on your back bleeds against BTC. And it keeps going on and on and on. Do you know why? I'll tell you the reason why. Because the things that you hold and bear, it's not finite. BTC is finite. You can make another iPhone. You can make another business. You can make another... But BTC, there's only 21 million of them. And the more demand means there's less supply. Time for a history lesson. BTC came out in 2009. As you already know, common knowledge now, if you're in the crypto space, everyone knows. BTC came out in 2009, January. Satoshi released a white paper, and the white paper has 8 pages. Literally 8 pages. Maybe 7 pages. Satoshi started this project and birthed an entire ecosystem. It started off as a peer-to-peer version of electronic cash and then slowly morphed into something else. Now it's a store of value. He released BTC into the world and it birthed a revolution. Now the ecosystem is worth trillions. But this was the founder and this was a pioneer. Then came along Ethereum. Unfortunately, BTC couldn't do much. It could only do a few transactions, but had very, very good security and anonymity at that time. Then came along Vitalik. He birthed Ethereum. Ethereum released a white paper in 2014. He was the founder, and the project was launched in 2015. It's worth noting Ethereum, like many community-driven open source software projects, has evolved since its initial inception. Ethereum was the next generation of smart contracts, a decentralized application platform. It didn't have the limitations of BTC. You can do smart contracts on there. You can do NFTs on there. You can do DAOs on there. You can do programmable money on there. And it had its own programming knowledge. Whereas BTC had Turing complete programming. But BTC was built on scripts, a programming language. But Ethereum was built on a fully fledged Turing complete programming language that can be used to create contracts, that can be used to encode arbitrary state transitions functions, allowing users to create any of the system described above, as well as many others that have not yet been imagined, simply by writing the logic in a few lines of code. And here you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ethereum's white paper, written by Vitalik in 2014. It birthed another stage, another revolution where smart contracts were important. BTC maxis, they didn't believe in this, so they shunned smart contracts, while Vitalik made his own blockchain, made his own protocol with the likes of community members that help fundraise this initiative. And there you have it. Ethereum now holds hundreds, maybe thousands of dApps. BTC is not Turing complete. Turing complete system can perform computations that are theoretically possible. Bitcoin uses script as a scripting language, which is simple and straightforward language designed to secure transactions. Script was not designed to support complex computations like smart contracts because there was no need when Satoshi designed it. Bitcoin community brainstormed different ideas around use cases of the BTC blockchain network and figured out different solutions later on. So therefore, the entire Bitcoin scaling debate started 9 years ago on BitTalk, this website here, where Vitalik proposed the idea of Ethereum, along with other teams exposing off-chain scaling solutions like counterparty NFT. Vitalik didn't receive enough support from the Bitcoin community. Counterparty came along in 2014 and proposed an idea. Vitalik also proposed the scaling idea. The Bitcoin community didn't accept it. Vitalik ended up launching his own blockchain network with a virtual machine and a scripting language called Solidity, which is Turing complete language, supports complex computations. Ethereum pioneered various use cases like DeFi, NFTs, and much, much more. As you can see, these are some of the DeFi platforms on Ethereum and some of the apps that you can find on Ethereum. Counterparty, on the other hand, actually tried to scale Bitcoin by building a separate network with smart contract support to use trusted parties to validate smart contracts before anchoring them on Bitcoin blockchain. It improved scalability but raised security concerns. Counterparty eventually died because they were clearly ahead of their time, lacked funding, and failed to build a sustainable ecosystem. Apart from Counterparty, we also had a couple of attempts of Bitcoin scaling through sidechains. Sidechains eventually evolved into Bitcoin Layer 2, which uses security of the main chain. Rootstock is an EVM compatible smart contract Bitcoin Layer 2 that uses merged mining to borrow security from the Bitcoin mainnet. The Lightning Network is another popular Bitcoin Layer 2 built to facilitate ultra-fast, cheap and macro transactions. As you can see on DeFi Llama, it's a payments mechanism, and at the moment the TVL is a whopping $211 million. And finally, you have Stacks, which has built its own VM, is building an ecosystem of dApps on the Bitcoin Layer 2 network. So my point here is we've had these Bitcoin Layer 2s for a very long time, but they failed to match up with Layer 2 adoptions on Ethereum due to various challenges in computation cost, developer mindset, and ecosystem growth. Will Mintlayer be different? So let's fast forward to 2024. Now we're seeing more and more attempts, mainly inspired by Ethereum Layer 2s, to scale Bitcoin, especially after the Taproot upgrade. The upgrade expanded, allowing developers to launch BRC tokens. And on the foundational level, the token standard is the stepping stone if you want to make DeFi possible on Bitcoin. BRC20 enables this, and we can't really code smart contracts on BTC, So we need to build an ecosystem of BRC20 coins and bridge them to Ethereum and other chains like Solana, ADA, Avalanche, Polygon. However, many Bitcoin devs prefer to stay on Bitcoin chain. They either use layer 2 solutions like Stacks, which has its own EVM, or they are building roll-up protocols on the Bitcoin main chain with EVM support. This approach allows them to attract more mindshare from the Ethereum chain as well. BTC currently is a store of value, but unfortunately it doesn't have a scalable approach. There are a few players that are trying to change the game. They're trying to make an ecosystem, trying to make it scalable, and these are the first pioneers, the first attempts. Now it has taken us a very long time, maybe 7-8 years to figure it out, while Ethereum has the first mover advantage. They have been the pioneers in the space of smart contracts. BTC is playing catch up. Today is the 29th of January. Mainnet is finally here. It's been a long journey. We're finally here. The launch has introduced Mainnet Genesis block, echoing BTC historic first block. So literally, Genesis was today. This signifies the commencement of Mintlayer's mainnet, and we're simultaneously transitioning ML tokens from Ethereum to its native platform. It's also on Cointelegraph today. Mainnet launch, advancing Bitcoin's layer 2 tech. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mintlayer Explorer. This is the Genesis. It has 27 validators. With Mintlayer, you have to understand that it's also a proof of work and a proof of stake. So it's a combination of two. As you can see, at 11:16, there was 200,000 mint layers, 150,000 here, 100,000, 50,000, 250,000 mint layers. So the protocol has just literally started today. The actual chain has moved from an ERC20 coin to ML coin. How to get an ML address? Generate your ML address. Go to the Mojito wallet extension, download the extension, and you'll get your Mojito wallet. This is my Mojito wallet just for demonstration purposes. And then you go back to, and then you go to your ML. This is your ML on my MetaMask. Let me receive the details. Token details is still an ERC20 coin. So what happens is you have to connect it to your ML, your Mojito, you have to connect it to your Mojito, and it should automatically change to an ML address, and the token ID should be MTC. Now, for demonstration purposes, I can't do that at the moment. I don't know why, but I'll update you on a later stage and I'll show you how to do that. As for now, if you're holding your ML on exchanges, then it will automatically change to a MTC address. So you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to do any of the headache involved. The exchange will do it for you. But please bear in mind, make sure it's an ML address before you send any money or any tokens to your Mojito to start staking. I will show you on another episode very shortly how to stake your Mintlayer. Unfortunately, the chart isn't working at the moment. Let me try the 7-day, 30-day, 90-day. Nope, it's not working. So I compared Mintlayer to Stacks. If Mintlayer had Stacks market cap of 2.2 billion, 1 ML would be worth $34, an upside of 55x. Now bear in mind, we're still in pre-bull market. Stacks is most likely going to go much higher. Stacks at the moment is worth 2.2 billion. Imagine at the peak of a bull market, Stacks could easily get to 10 billion, 12 billion, 13 billion. Now imagine if Mintlayer got to similar market cap, it would be substantial. Bear in mind, that the circulating supply is still 65 million, inflation is going to incur into Mintlayer. Therefore, there will be more coins released into the market. Total supply is 400 million. Most likely it's not going to be dumped all at once. Just some more dubious speculation. It'll never get to Ethereum's level, but just a bit of dubious speculation. If it got to Ethereum's level, that's 6,000x. If it got to Tether's level, 2,000x. If it got to Solana's level, that's 1,000x. And the list keeps going on. Avalanche level is 327. But if it definitely got to the top 100, that would be incredible. But bear in mind, all of these market caps are going to go much, much higher. Now, in a bull market, things go way higher than you and ever anticipated. Mintlayer price targets. Currently at 62 cents. It's 0.62569. We've had a eventful weekend. Mintlayer made a massive upside. However, sellers came back in control and pushed it all the way down. This is massive resistance at 66. 66 has become huge resistance. Bear in mind, mainnet is always buy the rumor, sell the news event. And today we've got our mainnet. It's priced in. We had a massive tear. Bear in mind, we started from here. We went all the way up to 99 cents. From a price that was 2 cents all the way to $1, almost $1. We broke out of the parallel trend line, and unfortunately we couldn't sustain that momentum. Now we're heading back into the parallel trend line. Let me show you and let me make it more clear. As you can see, we've headed back into the parallel trend line. We're going to test the next support at 60 cents. If we don't hold, we're going to head back down to my target of between 55 and 50, between 56 and 53. If that doesn't hold and we don't break out of the parallel trend line, we're going to my next target of 43 to 44 cents. And then ultimately, what's going to happen? Ultimately, it's going to have to hit my trend line. Now, this trend line has been going back dating all the way to November the 11th. That's major support. We've hit it 1, 2, 3, 4 times now, and we haven't retested that trend line. So worst comes to worst, we might go back all the way here to this trend line. Now, bear in mind, these altcoins or these minute, small market cap altcoins tend to go lower than you ever anticipated and higher than you have ever anticipated. These are all massive buying opportunities. If it gets to this point at between 53 and 56, buy. If it ever gets to 43 and 44 and even 40 cents, load up the truck. Load up the truck. Price action to the upside. Now we've spoken about the downside. The upside. Let's speak about the upside. If we manage to break and hold above 66, that's bullish. That means the buyers are slowly coming back into the market. We are right now slightly making higher highs, so which is slightly bullish, but I want to see what happens again. We've tested this resistance line, support line for a very long time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We hit it 11 times. It's the most traded place at the moment. So we're still in neutral territory. We haven't, but it's not overly bearish, because bear in mind, we normally see 40% dumps, 50% dumps. During the parallel channel, we've had a lot of volatility. So from this wick all the way to the wick here, that's a 27. No, that's a 31% drawdown. And then again, measure from wick to wick, from here all the way to here, we've had another 31% drawdown, and then it's gone back into the channel. And then again, we've had another 30% drawdown. another 19% drawdown, and then finally another 19% drawdown. So the selling pressure is getting less and less and less, which is bullish at the moment. But what we need to do and what is pivotal is we need to hold above 66. Once we do that, our next resistance is at 76 cents, and then another resistance at 87, and then finally at 99 cents. Wait 1 minute. I just want to send a message to Mintlayer. Mintlayer, this is your opportunity. You have investors, community members, enthusiasts, early adopters. We're all here behind you. Now go show the world what you're made of. Go show the world why Bitcoin needs side chains in this journey of 1000x. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. This is your boy Ahmed. Peace.